So this one's gonna be short and sweet, friends. Not unlike the game itself. One troublesome goose, one unsuspecting town, countless fiendish schemes to implement. Mail tampering, identity theft, burglary. The list goes on. Seeing this critter as a criminal mastermind, well, that's an understatement for the ages. Just over a year ago, Untitled Goose Game took the internet by storm, capturing all the hearts and minds. There was no missing it. Even my non-gamer pals were all about the mischievous goose life. But it had achieved dangerous levels of hype, a kind that often proves completely unattainable. While I wasn't avoiding the game by any means, I somehow never got around to playing it. Until now. So how does it fare a good year later? Does it live up to the hype, with a little bit of distance from release? Well, they're the kinds of questions a MoseyThrough is just made to answer. So, let's get started. Our setting? A sleepy little English village, enjoying the calm before the storm. Its inhabitants go about their lives, blissfully unaware of the strife they're about to face. An event so devastating that it'll be spoken about in hushed tones for years to come. You see, they're about to be menaced by a jerk goose of the highest order. But that's us. So, what exactly is our newfound protagonist's motivation here? Some geese live for the drama. Some geese just want to watch the world burn. There's an endgame to the goose's reign of terror, for sure, but that's for you to uncover yourself. Between now and then, you best believe a lot of hilarity will ensue. Untitled Goose Game is framed around a simple hook, and backed by equally simple gameplay. That, my friends, makes for a very accessible experience, no matter your skill on the gaming front. The reason the game became such a hit? Maybe, but I suspect that's only half the appeal. You can't underestimate the honking. If you're anything like me, or the internet at large, you'll become obsessed with that dedicated button. The result? A whole lot of gameplay captures with excessive amounts of enthusiastic honking. I regret nothing, but for your sanity, I'll go ahead and mute some of them here. You're welcome. The town itself is made up of 4 distinct districts, filled with fiendish puzzle-solving possibilities. A little bit of structure to plan your day around goes a long way, true for humans and geese alike. Here, we're given a to-do list that gives welcome direction to our goose pal's reign of terror. Maybe you're tasked with stealing a kid's glasses. Maybe you're challenged to get the goose on TV. Puzzle solving generally requires a bit of experimentation. It almost feels like you're playing a Hitman game, using cause and effect to your advantage. While some are straightforward, others will require planning. As you tick items off your list, you'll be given the opportunity to pursue some bonus objectives too. You'll know you've successfully broken a townsfolk's spirit when the "No Goose Allowed" sign comes out. And that's your not so subtle cue to press on, to sow the seeds of chaos elsewhere. Or stick around to steal a sign. That'll learn them. Full disclosure, the controls here tend to feel overly clunky, but that's especially noticeable when you're being pursued. But let's face it, our newfound goose pal doesn't exactly have speed on his side anyway. So rather than outrunning the folks you wronged, it's usually a better idea to get creative. The clearest path to achieving your sneaky goals? Causing a distraction. Luring folks away with strategic honking or object placement are methods tried and true. Lying in wait for your opportunity to strike is always hilarious, especially when the goose arches forward, looking like the absolute picture of shiftiness. Maybe I'm projecting, but I thought the goose looked very pleased with itself afterwards too. Carrying a knife? Always hilarious, conjuring a very real impression that this is a goose who shouldn't be messed with. When I play games, I tend to lean towards a do-gooder, let's hug it out type. For example, I've replayed Mass Effect like 5 times, always as the intergalactic Boy Scout, so I was surprised just how quickly I embraced my mischievous side here. It might even be therapeutic to cause havoc around town, an outlet I didn't even know I needed. You best believe I was grinning like an idiot and laughing along with all the goose's monstrous antics. Untitled Goose Game is rather short, and doesn't stick around long enough to wear out its welcome. I was satisfied, but there's incentive to kick on if you want more quality time with your new goose best friend. You might have noticed the bells tolling as you're going about your business. What's their deal? Well, that's the game challenging you to work through your checklist before they sound. For me, the ticking clock felt a bit too much like pressure. But your mileage may vary. I was happy enough to ignore the bells entirely and just mosey about at my own pace. You're given a to-do list of post-game challenges too, just when you think the mayhem is done and dusted. The music in Untitled Goose Game is a thing of beauty, friend. It's truly something special. There's nothing more delightful than the piano kicking in, intuitively reacting to your escalating shenanigans. The art direction? Simple but effective. And filled with little touches of detail, like the neat animation when you quit the game. I genuinely had a good time with this. Nothing could possibly live up to the game's launch hype, but honestly, it doesn't have to. There's a fun game here. Just keep your expectations in check. Playing a year after release? Probably helpful on that front. And if the whole jerk persona doesn't pan out, the goose absolutely could make it as a musician. Okay, that's enough. That was MoseyThrough. I'm Dan Clarke. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to mosey through to the like and subscribe buttons, friends.